Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw for Insider Travel Report, and I'm here today with David who is the president and CEO of Pleasant Holidays and also the sister company Journeys. And David has been on the job now for a little less than a year now. He started at the beginning of the year, and we wanted to talk to him first about some of the changes he's been putting in, and also the big news that you may have heard of actually just got released that he's doing some rebranding. And we're going to talk about that and a whole lot more on Insider Travel Report. David, how are you doing?
Good, good. How are you, James? Good
Uh,
morning.
Good morning. And now, as I said, you've been president and CEO of Pleasant Holidays and also the sister brand Journeys for now less than a year. What did you find when you got to the company, and how have you changed it in the past year in terms of technology, service, and kind of travel advisor support?
Yeah, when I first got here, I noticed how what a great brand or a great company it
Right.
was. It's been such a long storied kind of company that has done so much in the last 40, 50 years. And there's so much history there and so much legacy. And I think when I first got in here, I think there was a very good reputation there. But what I also saw was there was a little bit of underinvestment in certain areas of the company, and there was a very much a focus on efficiencies.
Right.
And I think what happened is there was so much focus on efficiency, we lost a little bit of sight of what was needed for each of our customer set. And we
Right.
really have three different audiences, what is what I found when I got here. And yet we were serving all those audiences with a singular delivery mechanism, which made me really question, are we really providing value to all the right audiences in the
Right.
right way? So I think the first, like I said, I've been here about 10 months now. We came in here, basically looked at the systems, looked at the processes, looked at our product portfolio, and we really said, you know what, we really need to revamp everything to make sure that we serve each of our audiences in the right way possible. And that
Right.
includes technology, product portfolio, people, processes. So it's been a busy 10 months.
Now, what are those three audiences, just to clarify for our audience of travel advisors? Yeah.
Sure. And, I think most people know is that we have three different audiences. One is more the kind of middle to higher end market, which is more or less the travel agency side and much of what Pleasant Holidays serves.
Right.
We also have Journeys, which serves the higher end market in the 4 to 5 star market. And then we also have a different clientele that is also our AAA travel advisors that we work a lot
Right.
with. And it's a significant portion of our business, and we wanted to kind of make sure all three of those audiences are taken care of in the right way.
Okay. Now, that led you, of course, to what we're announcing really today, is a major change in the branding of your vacation products. Can you tell us a little bit about the new structure for the company?
Yeah. So first of all, we're starting out with a new overarching holding company called AT Collective,
Okay.
and that holding company will hold three different brands, and the one that won't change is Pleasant Holidays, and that will
Right.
continue to serve the clientele has now, but again, in a much more augmented and dedicated fashion. Currently holds Journeys, but Journeys, as we'll talk about in a second,
Yeah.
will be sunsetted. We will be launching a brand new brand with a dedicated portfolio as well as services that will be behind it and pretty much focused exclusively on the luxury side.
Got it.
4, 4.5, 5 stars in a capacity that is really kind of suited for that audience set. And so we're going to be revamping some stuff, but also truly just relaunching a brand new brand that is dedicated towards that.
Got it. Now, and
And
then the third one is the one that's focused on the AAA, right?
correct.
And
And
that's
that will just be, much of our AAA services is really, or advisors is really home based. I'm sorry, not home based. They're office based
right.
in location. So we're really want to make sure that we're able to service them differently than much of the trade base, which is home based and kind of host agencies or ICs. So there's different audiences, and we're just trying to make sure we can service them in different ways that suit them better.
Well, let me drill down on both all those brands now. Now,
Sure.
Pleasant Holidays is going to continue on as it has been, selling through travel advisors mostly. And what destinations does it sell now?
It sells a lot of destinations. It's I think when I first took over, there was a quote unquote we had 84 different destinations. But I think what we're done in the last 8, 10 months is really sit here and rethink, do we really need to sell all 84 for Pleasant Holidays? I think what we've come down to is we had a product portfolio of 4,000 hotels. We've rationalized that down. We cut that down by about 700 or 800 hotels just because we want to focus on the right destinations and make sure that we actually, in whatever destinations we're serving, we have the full product set, not just a few hotels here, smattering here, whatever else. We want to make sure we have the activity services, we have the DMCs that help us with transfers. We want to be able to sell a complete experience, not just small
Right.
little individual experiences that we don't service it well. So we've been rationalizing a little bit, but having said that, the major destinations, Hawaii, Mexico, Caribbean, South Pacific, Europe, we're going to continue to do those. And if anything, add to our portfolio, make sure we do it well. We also have domestic US, Canada, and as well as cruises. So all of those major destinations will continue to do well, and we will continue to focus on selling many of those and and basically try to service it the best way we can and make sure that all of our customers buying those products are serviced properly.
Now, so Hawaii is still your number one destination, correct?
It is one of our largest destinations.
Okay.
Again, we have our heart is near and dear to Hawaii because that's the legacy of where this company came from. It was Pleasant Hawaiian Holidays, as you know. That is our legacy, but we have expanded well beyond Hawaii into the Caribbean, Europe, Mexico, and South Pacific. And so all those destinations are very important to us, and we want to continue doing well in all those destinations.
No, absolutely. Now let's turn to members first, which is the brand you're using with AAA Travel Advisors. Will that work really pretty much the same sort mix of products that you sell? And you said it is obviously it represents a significant portion of your business since you're creating a whole brand just to focus on AAA. But will it still have pretty much the same products that Pleasant Holidays has?
Yeah, and I think what it has is added services. It's the same product portfolio, but if anything, it probably has a little bit more product portfolio because it will actually have what Pleasant Holidays will have, as well as what Evoke will have in terms of full product set. But it will have a full range of services because the AAA brand will sell a whole gamut of between 4 stars, 3.5 stars, all the way to 5 stars. So we want to make sure that we are able to service the whole gamut of the product portfolio and do it well. So for most part, AAA will have everything, and we will service it in a very direct way for those travel advisors.
So you will have dedicated staff that will focus on members first.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Each one of these brands will have dedicated staff focused on that specific brand, and that will meet the needs of each of the audiences that we're serving.
Now, and then we turn to the new brand that you're revealing just this week. It's called Evoke Inspire, and
Mhm.
that's going to focus on the luxury products and selling through luxury travel advisors. And again, what will the product mix be there, and to what destinations? Or basically, we're just talking about really five-star and above, five-star properties and a much different kind of experience, right?
Yes, so we are starting out with Evoke Inspire, and it really is going to be focused on the 4.5, 5 stars, with a little bit of smattering 4 stars where necessary. But it's really going to be focused on delivering the right kind of service to that clientele. We'll be adding yachts, private jets, full concierge services. We're adding rail to all the three different
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
all the three different brands. But again, we're all these specifically for Evoke Inspire, we're going to be adding a lot of services that we know a luxury travel advisor needs and be able to service them in a way that they're used to and clearly be able to provide the right kind of product that goes along with it and develop and if we're able to sell the right kind of hotels and have the right kind of relationship with these hotels, then we all have a very streamlined kind of relationship between the client
Mhm.
to the travel advisor to us to hotels, and we make it a very seamless experience for all involved.
So you're this is basically the Journeys brand on steroids a little bit. That
Yeah, again, I think the reason why we wanted to not say that it's Journeys per se, because I think it's such a different delivery mechanism.
Okay.
I think, historically, Journeys has had some element of dedication for in terms of service delivery, but for most part, it was the same set of folks, same BDM, same a little bit of different reservation agents, and slightly, blended teams. For this now, it is a dedicated team. It will be dedicated BDMs, dedicated reservation agents. We just hired a whole host of reservation veteran reservation agents, and they are all joining the team that we have here, who are also very well experienced, and we're putting together a very good blended team of people that will service purely the 4.5, 5 stars. We don't want to kind of blend the two together so there really is no difference. And right now, we want to make sure that each of the audiences is getting a dedicated support levels that they deserve.
But Journeys as a brand will actually continue until I believe March 31, 20.
Correct. So what's happening is we are in the process of testing many of the different services that we're launching for Evoke. So currently we're doing a soft launch in Q4 of this year. So after this announcement, we will eventually put out an invite-only basis for certain travel advisors to come and use this. We want to make sure that we test all the different services that are be going to be coming, and that again, that's talking about the rail services, concierge services,
Right.
the private jets, all these kind of services, and on top of it, just making sure that we have all our policies and insurance products and pricing and everything else done in the right way. So both of these things will run in parallel for a period of about 3 to 6 months. So we encourage people who are looking to want to experience the Evoke product, try our Journeys product for right now, because many of the kind of improvements that we're going to be making in having in the Evoke product are already bleeding through the Journeys product, but it will be a completely dedicated experience going forward, and that's why we really wanted to make sure that people understood it's not Journeys, it is something new, it is
It
something
is that
dedicated.
that's the reason for doing a new brand is that this is going to be
Absolutely.
something new.
It's not just a hey, we just made a couple tweaks to Journeys. It really is a fully new experience. The brand will have a different look and feel, will have different ethos to it, and will have different services. And the people behind it will truly understand what a luxury customer wants and be able to deliver on that.
Fantastic. Now, of course, you're actually changing another brand, which is your holding company, which is, as you see in your background there, AT Collective. Why create a new holding company at this point? And by the way, what does AT stand for?
Well, again, we have all these different brands, and we want to make sure that each of the brands stands on its own leg. And Pleasant Holidays on itself is, it went again. It's such a storied brand. Like I said, I don't want it to be overpowering the other brands.
Right,
And
right,
so what we want to do is and be able to say, hey, it truly is owned by one single entity, and we want to have the three different brands have its equal standings. And so the holding company is being created so that we can operate on that basis, and doesn't it also lends to eventually having ourselves a potential whatever else we want to do going forward.
right.
So it's not just completely tied to Pleasant per se. So it allows us flexibility to invest and develop in various different areas, and hence that's why the holding company is established so that we can do different things going forward. And Pleasant, we're not doing everything through the Pleasant Holidays vehicle.
Got it. And what does AT stand for?
It's always a fundamental question, and again, right now we call it whatever we want, but we half jokingly call it, Amy Terada, who's our head VP of marketing
I know Amy. Yeah.
collective.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Well, that's good. Glad she
but
finally got her own brand. She's been there for a while.
yeah, but in all seriousness, it's really a excuse me, it's a reflection of our ownership, AAA Travel
Right.
Collective. And so we're kind of reflecting that, but again, not making that a prominent element of it all. It's just a, hey, it's our ownership who is sound and financially sound and is willing to invest and make sure that we
Right.
grow all various parts of our business, whether it be servicing the AAA business, but also making sure we service the trade business in every which way, but making sure we service all of our customers in a way that is suitable for them.
Absolutely. Well, the other thing is with the AT brand, that's not going to be a consumer facing brand. It's just sort of the holding company, right?
It's just a holding company. And again, the three brands will be what's out there. But again, for our own internal purposes, where it's easier to have a holding company that when we talk to certain vendors and whatnot, rather than certain hotels will be sourcing for all three brands. So you can imagine we're not going to be trying to get a contract for three different brands in each different contract. So so for certain brands we'll have one contract, and other brands will only put it towards specific brands. So
Right.
it's a much easier mechanism for us going forward. And again, like I mentioned earlier, it allows us to go have a lot more optionality in terms of what we want to do going forward with regards to all the different business elements of the company.
Now, obviously, you have about 400 staff now serving travel advisors and their customers. Are this kind of restructuring going to result in any staffing changes? You mentioned you hired some reservations agents as well. And are you making any executive changes at this time? Are you adding staff?
So no changes to executive staff. If anything, if anybody's been watching what we've been doing for the last 10 months, I've been on a hiring spree. I've been
Right.
having a lot of people come and join us. A lot of people I worked with in the past, a lot of people, talented people that we found in the industry. And ultimately, we're buttressing our entire team to make sure that any kind of holes that we had from a talent perspective, we're plugging it and make sure that we're doing it well. If anything, we've added staff. We have not reduced staff, and we don't anticipate reducing staff. Again, outside the normal attrition that happens with
Right.
any company, but there is no desire to trim staff. Anything, we're going to be hoping to grow the business, and we're going to continue to augment our staff going forward. And again, like I said, if you've noticed anything we've done over the last 10 months of my parent company's like, how many people have you hired? And I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
those are people that we need because we need to have a full complement of a team to make sure that we're doing the job right. And that's what we've done. So James Karika, who's come over, he's heading up the VP Trade branch. Shannon Vemasco will be heading up the AAA side of the business. So we've got enough different things going on that where each person coming in has so much more dedicated focus that they could do their jobs that much better.
Okay, so so you also are going to segment your staff a little more to serve the different brands
Absolutely. Like I mentioned earlier, each of the different brands will have their own BDMs.
right,
Many of the different brands will all kind of have different reservation advisors associated with them. They'll have different marketing, they'll have different websites, they'll
right.
have many different things that are associated with each of the brands because, again, each of the audiences are very different and we want to make sure that we service them differently.
Now, one thing that of course, crazy things we care about as journalists, we're going to be the primary
Mhm.
website touch points for these brands. Now, I mean, right now you have uh, you also have pleasantagent.com. I know that's, and then you have
Yes.
journeys.com. What are there going to be changes? Is there going to be a new website for Evoke Inspire?
There will be a new website for all the different brands. Pleasant Holidays will continue to be the major, the main website for now. We will be launching a new website for Member First, for AAA brand, and then as we're going through the soft launch for Evoke, we will be launching a website for that. We actually have it ready to go. We're just kind of playing around with it right now, testing it, and kind of, but we're only going to launch it to a select few to make sure that they could play with it and and give us feedback, and we could tweak it as we go along.
Yeah, because I know that the travel advisors use those websites to book as
Yes.
well, so that's going to be
Yes.
important.
Yeah, so there will be a booking engine attached to it, but again, it's primarily going to be a skinnier site. I mean, we don't need as much content on there. We want to make sure that we address each audience with the proper information. So much the AAA site will have information for AAA advisors. Much of the luxury content side will have a lot more of the luxury kind of customer set, as well as what services we're providing to that customer set. So each of the websites will be dedicated towards that audience, and that will be launching forthcoming in the next couple weeks. Some stuff will start rolling out. We'll start showcasing it to certain people. But having said that, none of these brands, as again, Evoke as well as Member First, we're not allowing people to start booking until January 1 of
Okay, so that yeah,
2026.
or for now, you should continue to go if you're a travel advisor to that pleasantagent.com site and then Journeys at this point, right?
Correct. And we will eventually roll things out and get a message to various people what we're doing and how to migrate over to various different sites. But for the most part, please continue using Pleasant Holidays, and that's our main site for right now. We will let people know how to get more and more information as time goes through past.
Fantastic. Now, all great news, David. I'm glad you got on. You told me about this a little while ago, and we were waiting till the big reveal, as they said, and that's happening right now this week. Is there anything else you want to tell our 125,000 travel advisors about your new branding, the company structure, or maybe other changes to come?
No, I think the key thing I want to say is that we're very excited about what we're doing, and we want to make sure that all these changes are really here to help the trusted travel advisor do their jobs better and really become an integral part of their entire booking process. We want to make sure that we are relevant and we are supportive of their business. And we want to make sure that the relationships that we have developed over years are continuing to foster, to be bloomed and kind of nurtured, and so that we are, again, such a part of their business that we are a natural extension of them going forward. And we want them to feel that way. We want them to continue to use this the way that works for them.
Well, David, again, thank you for taking the time to explain this really major news for Pleasant Holidays and all, and now your new brands. And I think travel advisors are going to be very interested in this. They're, great bookers. I've been on a few of your trips with the travel agent top sellers, and it really has been, it's been interesting. I went on a journeys trip to Hawaii. And you got some great travel advisors selling you, and now you got some brand support to help them.
And each one of those brands will have their own dedicated top advisor trips to celebrate their successes. So each one will have their own, and we're gonna have a great time at each one of them. So hopefully you'll be able to join us at one of them.
Absolutely. Well, listen, thank you again, David, and good luck with all of this. And it sounds like a great a new restructuring that's going to help travel advisors in all respects. And so I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.